Shakar Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Barakak Wadash Barakatha Yahweh Barakatha Yahweh Shai Barakatha Yahweh Barakatha Yahweh Shai Barakatha Yahweh Barakatha Yahweh Shai Bahashem Barakak Wadash. Shalom, peace and safety to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of the earth. My name is Akyan Yermayan, coming at y'all with another one. And before we get started, we give an infinite praises where it's due to this Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, and we do so in the name of His only begotten Son. Okay, double honor to the apostles, that great millstone who taught us 100% truth. All right, I'm at y'all with a quick on lunch lesson. You know, the name of this one is, you know, the name of the Lord is terrifying amongst the heathen, or dreadful amongst the heathen. Okay, the name of the Heavenly Father is dreadful amongst the heathen. Okay, and you know, I've done a couple lessons on this before, but it's good to you know, to exalt, you know, the name of the Heavenly Father. Okay, throughout the unicorn, man. You know, we're living in them times where we're gonna, you know, have to be attached, okay, to these holy names in these last days. And this is why we harp on it, because the name of the Lord is our defense mechanism. All right, and the heathen, you know, they see us, they watching our videos, they're you know, it's tearing them down in the inside, because we know our power. Okay, we understand our name, where, you know, the prophets are back, man, so to speak. You know, the Heavenly Father has given us you know, back, you know, His name. All right, and this you know, the earth needs it, man. You know, the earth needs, okay, to know, you know, who the power of the universe is. Okay, so with that being said, let's just jump right into this thing, man. Let's see, what do I want to start at? Let's see. Damn, I'm all over the place now. Never mind. Thinking about it. I'll start here real quick. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30. In verse 30, it says, Yahweh shall cause His glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lightning down of His arm. You see that? So ultimately what, man? You know, through the strength and power of the Heavenly Father, okay, He's given us His name, okay, and ultimately, man, in the end of be all, He's going to send His arm back, okay, to deliver His men, okay, His elect, you know, the 1/3, you know, the men, women, and children, but mostly, you know, we're speaking about the 144,000, okay, but the Lord Yahweh is going to send His arm back, which is Yahweh Shai, okay. It says, with the indignation of His anger, it says, and with flame of a devouring fire. You see, it says, with scattering, it says, in tempest and hailstones, man. Okay, so this is what's coming here, man. All right, you know, because we've been calling on the names, okay, the Lord is going to be our defense mechanism. He's going to, you know, deliver us, okay, from this, you know, this wicked ass kingdom, man. All right, you know, and it's very important to be calling on the right names. Please do not get caught up in that. It doesn't matter what you call the Lord, and you know, He has many names, and that's lies, man. That's all lies. Okay, why is it always speaking about the name of the Lord? Okay, you have to know that. Okay, you know, you have, you know, and of course Esau, Edom, he'll throw a monkey wrench. He'll send an Israelite, man. He'll think he in the truth, and he'll twist up the name IUIC, okay, or he'll send a group, you know, that's about the, you know, that's all about being militant, ISUPK. All right, he'll do that, and he'll toss stumbling blocks out there of what you're supposed to be, and it's true. But ultimately, man, the true ones, this truth is about faith. Okay, and we use the true names, okay, and the true powers, okay, which would be Yahweh in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. Okay, this is Daniel chapter 4 in verse 25. It says, that they shall drive. So I start at verse 24. Daniel 4:24. It says, "This is the interpretation, O king. This is the decree of the Most High, which is come upon my lord the king. It says that they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beast of the field." You see, this is a you know, a vision that the Lord, okay, was speaking about Nebuchadnezzar because he got proud. Okay, it says it says to eat grass as an oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over till thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. You see that? You see, so the Lord, you know, he gives the kingdom to whoever he will. Okay, and right now, what you see in Babylon the Great, man, you know, they didn't come out and say it like blankly, but you know, the prophets are shaking the earth up, man. Okay, and the Heavenly Father is just he's hardening the heart of, you know, DJ Trump. You know, they coming down upon you Israelites. Okay, but that should put a spirit on you to call upon the names even more, man. Okay, when all hell breaks loose and, you know, there's no food and and there's craziness out here, okay, the first thing you should be doing is uttering the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, it says, and whereas they commanded to leave the stump of the tree root, thy kingdom shall be sure unto thee. It says, after that thou shalt have known that the heavens do rule. There you go. Okay, wherefore, O king, let my counsel be acceptable unto thee, and break off thy sin by righteousness, and thy iniquities by showing mercy to the poor, if it may be in lengthening of thy tranquility. There you go, man. Okay, so ultimately, man, you know, the Lord had to humble kings in the past, in the ancient days, man. Okay, let kings know that I rule, man. This is my shit. Okay, you know, I give the kingdom to whoever I will. All right, but us, you know, and that just goes to show you that, you know, the heathen, they hate, you know, they hate when the men of the Lord is back on their feet, man. They hate, they can't, you know, you know, they don't want, it's a spirit on them to hate when you're upright. Okay, they, you know, because spiritually they know that their kingdom is about to go down. All right, Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage, and the people imagine a vain thing? It says, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, against the house of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Israelites. That's what you see right now going on in Chicago and all these different places where ICE is snatching up Jake. You know, they finding the northern kingdom, and, you know, they're coming down in the southern kingdom. You know, it's just, you know, they see, because ultimately what it is, okay, the men of the Lord is out there on the highways and byways standing stiffly, man. Okay, calling upon the true names. Okay, they can't really do nothing with us unless the Lord want them to. Okay, and you know, our power is almighty. Okay, you know, we're exposing his you know, his wicked ass inventions. You know, we're telling Jake about themselves. We're telling you his plans. We're telling you the things that he's done in the past to, you know, to break up the households, to throw drugs in your neighborhood. We're telling you the plans that he has, you know, in the future. Okay, where he's gonna try to merge you with a machine, man. Okay, this is why this kingdom is coming down, because, you know, the Heavenly Father has his men, you know, on overdrive, man. Okay, his men is on overdrive, and the Edomites are, you know, their panties are in a bunch. So they, you know, and ultimately the Lord is just speeding it up. Okay, you know, it speaks about for the elect's sake, the Lord is speeding it up. And Matthew 24, I believe, verse what is it, 22? It says, this is Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens. It says, and ye that dwell in them. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil was come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Yeah, we almost out of here, man. Okay, the things that's going on in America right now, just showing you that the Heavenly Father is very close to sending His Son back. Okay, this is back in Psalm chapter 2, in verse 2. It says the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against His anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. It says, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai shall have them in derision. That's right, man. That's what you see now, man. Okay, because of the men of the Lord, because the work that we're doing, man, and this is to throw this out there, the work that we're doing is not going unnoticed. Okay, everything that your brothers are doing for the Lord, man, the spirit that you coming in, man, the time that you taking to edify the sheep is not being unnoticed, man. Okay, even Esau, Edom, he's scared. His panties is in a bunch. Okay, because of what we doing, because they see us out there when it's raining and when it's cold as hell. They see how relentless we are with this truth, man. Okay, don't think they watching. We got agents tapped into it. They listen. All of us got a personal person who's watching our footsteps, man. You brothers, you can relate. You been out, somebody just take a picture of you and shit. Like, what the fuck is it? What are you doing, man? Right? Somebody come up to you, or they'll go to the gym you at and shit, start talking to you and shit, trying to fill you out. You gotta, hey man, we are a target, okay, but we are protected, calling on the true powers, man. Okay, no other congregation is prophesying like the Great Millstone and the affiliate camps. No other camps is prophesying like how we do, man. All right, no other camps is going over these lessons over and over and over again like how we do, man. Most of the congregations, they go and do weekend class, they do a Sabbath class, they do a damn Sabbath ready, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? They do certain things, they may do a lesson once throughout the week, but they not in the spirit of prophesying every single day, watching, everything that's going on. Brothers be doing the news articles every day, man. The Lord got certain men, man, on fire with the news articles, man. Okay, and that's because the brothers are calling upon the names. It's true prophets out here, man. All right, you have some that just know the name. They just know the Lord. They just know the names of the Lord. Okay, but they not really operating in the spirit of Yahushua, which is the spirit of prophecy, man. Okay, see, we calling upon the name of the Lord, man. The scriptures speak about those that stood so stiffly for the names, man. We stiff neck for the names of that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Okay, we don't like hearing none of that other shit, man. Yahuwah, Yahushua, Ahia, all these names that you calling on, we just be like, oh man, it's just crazy, man. Okay, but we standing on it, man. And we damn sure ain't calling on no damn Jesus the Christ, man. It's 2025. I mean, y'all calling on the same name as the Christian church. How you go pull up at a church, right? And y'all calling on the same damn God, man. That don't even make no damn sense, man. Totally just off, man. But the Lord names matters, man. Okay, the Lord name, His true name matters. Okay, we can't just sit here and act like it's just like it's just something like it's light. It's not light. Okay, because we have to call. You see that's the scriptures speak about. What is it? The elect shall praise His holy name. What is that? Sirach 17, okay, and 10. The elect shall praise His holy name. Okay, see, the difference is, man, y'all are so far away from being, in the spirit that we're in. We see it, and this is when we call it out, and we're hated for it. Okay, y'all hating y'all because y'all ain't got man, because y'all just off. Y'all just off, man. You see, we don't care if they come up. We're not gonna say we not just gonna keep calling on Jesus. We're gonna tell them. We're gonna tell the sheep the Lord's real name, man. Right? Because that matters. Let's get where I got this lesson from. let's get this real quick. It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1. In verse 14, it says, but curse be the deceiver, which have in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrificeth it unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king. You see? So you go to the Lord with a fucked up sacrifice, man. Okay? The bullock sick as hell, you going to sacrifice it to the Lord. All right? It says, I am a great king, saith Yahweh of hosts. It says, my name is dreadful amongst the heathen. That's right, man. And that's our defense mechanism, man. We ain't playing with the Lord, because that's how we escape the heathens, man. All right? This is how we're going to escape the trials and tribulations, the blood, the death, the pain, okay, that's going to come to our people, man. All right? By cleaving and doing the will of the Heavenly Father, man. All right? So, you know, we're in the spirit of doing the things that we need to do in order to escape this damn place. You know, we have to, you know, continue to harp on the true powers, man. It's Salaki, y'all, man. I'm a little tired tonight at work, man. You know, it's 5 in the morning. I'm sleepy, you know, but I know this work had to get done, so I came out here anyway, man. It's cold, but hey, man, it is what it is. You know, we gonna call upon Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua in these last days, man. Right? Romans chapter 9 and verse 22, it says, what if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. There you go. And that's what's here, mostly in Babylon the Great. Okay, you know, the Lord is going to show his wrath to y'all that's not calling upon him, man. Okay, if you're, you're not calling upon the name of the Lord, man. You're in this, destruction, man. Your wrath fitted for destruction. All right, I'm telling you, man. Y'all calling when all hell breaks loose and y'all trying to reach out to Jesus, man. Y'all gonna be, man. You gonna lose faith, man. I just think that I did a lesson about that yesterday, man. Okay, a lot of y'all faith gonna just be, man, gone. You ain't even gonna believe in the truth no more, because you're gonna be calling on Jesus the Christ, man. Thinking Jesus the Christ about to come get you. You're gonna be in the same boat as the Christian church. This is Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 23. And I will sanctify my great name, you see, which was profaned amongst the heathen. So the Lord is sanctifying his name and amongst us, man. Okay, it says he sanctified, and who's sanctifying the name? We are. Okay, we telling you how holy it is, man. Okay, and ultimately the Lord is not going to give everybody he's not going to put in everybody's spirit, okay, to understand how holy his name is, man. Okay, that's why you say, oh man, you can call him whatever you want. That's an off-ass spirit. And I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned amongst the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them. And the heathen, you see that? And y'all calling on the wrong names, man. Okay, in the midst of the heathen. All right, the heathen told you Jesus, and it's okay to do that. You off, man. It says, and the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh. It says, saith the Lord power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes. There you go, man. And that's what I just said, man. Okay, y'all know that y'all gonna know, because the men of the Lord is standing on the names of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, the men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is standing on that, man. Okay, for I will take you from amongst the heathen and gather you out of all countries and will bring you into your land. There you go, man, because we called upon the true powers, man. The Lord is going to bring us out of these countries where he scattered us, man. Okay, that's how important it is to be calling on the true powers, man. Okay, so with that being said, Lord's willing, this was edifying, man. I'm the brother Yermayan signing off. Shalom.